Hi Amistad. Today is lesson number 3 for cello, and I'm excited because we get to bow today. But first, let's make sure we can get the instrument into playing position and our bodies. So, I'm going to lay it down on its side carefully. I'm sitting at the front edge of my chair. My back is nice and straight. Up. I put the pin far enough away from me that my arm is straight, and then I lean the instrument back. I'm not leaning my body forward, I lean the instrument back, and I adjust it just a little bit so I'm leaning it back to my chest, and it's touching the 2 insides of my knees here. So I got 1, 2, 3 points of contact so that the cello is secure. All right, good job.
Now that you're in good playing position, I need to talk to you about your left and right hands, because you are going to be my mirror. That means if I raise this hand, I'm going to call it my right hand because it's on your right side. And if we lean forward, your hand would touch mine. And my left hand, your hand would touch mine. So you got to be able to be my mirror and do that without really even thinking. So let's practice. Ready? Oh, you're good. Did you put your hand up? Yeah, you got to do that. All right, this is your right hand. This is your left hand. This will be your bowing hand. So make sure you mirror me. Don't think too much about which hand I'm really using. Just think about being my mirror. Okay.
So you're going to take your right hand, put your thumb down against the fingerboard. The fingerboard is this black thing that we press the strings against with our fingers. So they call it a fingerboard. So your thumb is against there. Now you point your finger down, and you've got to move your wrist over the string a little bit, and we're going to pluck it backwards towards my thumb. Go ahead and pluck. That's the thickest string. That's the C string. Let's go to the next string. Now when you pluck this one, your finger's going to go straight into the C string after you pluck the G string. So it'll go like this. So you see how my finger has ended up against the C string right there? So you're plucking kind of down. That's good. Now let's stretch to the D string, and the D string we're going to pluck, and our finger's going to end up in the neighboring string, the G right here. So D. Notice each string gets thinner, and so it sounds higher. I hope your finger's pointing down and is pulling back towards your right knee, and you're plucking straight into the string there. This is the A string, and we're plucking into our D string. So we hear the A, and the D is our resting string. All right, repeat after me. C, 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 C. G, 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 G. C, G, C, C, C. Oh, I tried to trick you. G, 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 G. D, 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 D. A, 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 A. D, A, D, A. Very good. D, D, C, C. All right. So you can practice plucking those strings. And when I do that, my thumb goes here. Later on, you're going to be able to actually pluck while you're holding your bow. So you might go from bowing to plucking, and see how I'm still holding my bow, but I've got my first finger and my thumb available to pluck. And then you go right back to bowing. When you pluck, that is called pizzicato, an Italian word. So if you say pizzicato, you should smell your breath right afterwards, because it always smells like pizza right after you say pizzicato. Pizzicato. Oh yeah, that was pepperoni pizza. I like that. All right, now it's time to bring out the bow, and we're going to make sure it is tightened. Now, when you get the bow out of your case, I hope that whoever put it in last time loosened it. It was probably me. And if I remembered correctly, I loosened it, because we always, always, always need to loosen a bow before we put it in. Loose means the hair in the middle, not at the end. And notice I'm not touching the hair. The middle is almost touching the wood. Okay? I could fit a coin between there maybe, but not very much. Then at the end is the screw. And so I'm holding the wood. By the way, you can touch the wood anywhere you want. And you can touch this end. This is called the frog rivet. I don't know why they call it a frog, but they do. And then at the end is the screw. Righty-tighty. So if I want to tighten the hair, which I do, I'm going to do 3 right twists. 1, 2, 3. I think I'll do 4. I want to get it where it's almost able to fit my pinky in between there. Let's see. I'll do one more on this bow. Okay, so that's about how much distance I want, where my pinky can almost fit in there. If you've got way smaller hands, maybe your pinky can fit in there. That's okay. All right? That means it'll be tight enough that when I am bowing, it won't go against the wood. Okay? Then when I put it away, I lefty-loosey. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there it is, almost touching the bow. And now I'm going to righty-tighty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That's good. All right. Now, we are going to turn the hair facing down. And I am going to use my thumb and my middle finger and see where the bow balances. Oh, that doesn't balance there. Let's see where it balances. Oh, that's too far. Ooh, it's getting close. It's getting close. Ta-da! Hey, Mom! I have a balanced bow. Yes, that's very nice, sweetie. My mom, she's really, really old, because I'm 60. Okay, so that is a balanced bow. And then I'm just going to gently spread my fingers out a little bit and hold it there. Now, some people call it holding the bow. I call it balancing the bow, because you want to be so relaxed here. You want it maybe to fall out of your hands kind of easily. You don't want to be gripping it tight because, well, for two reasons. One is your hands get really tired, but another is you won't play as well if you're all stiff and tight. So let's try that again. I'm going to balance the bow. Pretty soon you learn kind of where that is. And now I'm going to spread out my fingers and just kind of gently balance it with my hand. So notice I've got a little bit of space between my fingers. They're not tight together. They're spread out. And then they're going to be very loose. Now, I don't care which string you do, but I want to see if you can put the bow about even with the bottom of the fingerboard, the fingerboard here, the black part. So don't bow up here, don't bow down by the bridge, but come up to about where the fingerboard ends, and see if you can very lightly touch it while you're pulling your bow. Right now my hand is balanced right above the strings, and I'm going to pull it like that, and then make a giant circle in the sky, a rainbow, and I'm going to try to come back and play it again. Now I'm choosing to do my G string, which is the second thickest one. Because to play the G one, I'd have to tilt over here and it'd be close to my knee and it would be harder. So I would recommend doing your G string, the second thickest string. So let's try that again. Ready, go. Now you might notice as you get farther away, your hand gets farther away from the string, you need to keep pressing it with your first finger a little bit to have it keep playing. And you also want to keep your bow level. You don't want it to start tilting down when you pull it across, or tilting up. You want it to be going straight across. All right. So that's pulling the bow across it. Let's pull the bow across the D string. That's the next skinnier string that's on top. Ready, go. Now notice to do this, I've got to tilt it at a different angle. Okay, here it's more level, here it's at an angle. This string would be at a very steep angle. This one over here. So we're going for the D string, the second skinniest string. Ready, go. Are you using all of your bow? Clear to the tip? Okay, stop for a moment. I want you to hear me, and I'm going to accidentally play two strings. So I'm going for my D string, but I'm going to tilt it a little bit too high back. Do you hear two notes? That's what I don't want right now. Maybe sometimes you want to play two notes. That's good. What if I pointed it too far down towards the floor? Oh, Now I have the E string also. The A string also. On a violin, the last string is the E string. So I'm pointing too far down. So the part of the challenge with a string instrument is, can you play just one string at a time? Ooh, I went for the C string. This is when it's important for your leg not to be too far up or too far forward. So you got to make sure when you play your C string, you're not drawing your bow across your leg, because this has like white chalk on it called rosin. That chalk dust will be on the strings, it'll be on your fingerboard, that's good. It'll be on the bow, but you don't want it on your clothes, okay? All right, so now you have your homework. You're going to try to bow one string at a time. I just bowed my knee. Okay? Good job, you guys. Practice.